Hi, class, and welcome to Sales Management Fully Online Spring 2025. I am your professor, Dr. Emily Goad, um, and I'm excited to go through with you in this video just a welcome, a little bit about me, go through the syllabus, the course format, assignments, schedule, etc., and then also show you our D2L course site. So let's get started. So this is just a little bit about me. You are going to do an about me in terms of going through an introduction in D2L where you'll tell about yourself and also respond to classmates. So about me. I got my PhD from UT Arlington. I also have an undergrad in marketing and a master's or MBA with a concentration in finance. This is actually, I need to update this. This is my 10th year teaching as a PhD. I did teach in my PhD program. My specialty is professional selling. In addition to sales management, I teach in our sales leadership concentration and our MBA. So I teach sales management at the MBA level. I also teach professional selling. So our introductory class, this class, I am the sales coach for all of our national competitions and some of the regional. And then I'm also a well-published researcher. So you can see my latest article here if you would like to take a look. Personally about me, I grew up in East Texas, but originally from Arkansas. I live in Edmonds. I have two dogs. Again, I need to update these. Lucy is 15. Chunk is 8. Huge sports fan, as you can tell from the pictures on here. Arkansas, St. Louis, Dallas, Cowboys, Thunder, and of course the Broncos. And this summer, I often take my dogs to Lake Eufaula, which is what you'll see down there. Go to Herd on Herd, which is what you're seeing at the top. In addition, from a professional experience, I have worked in a professional realm in a few different roles. So I started off as a retail banker, which is B2C selling. So there's some telework, but you're selling mainly like CDs, loans, accounts, credit cards, etc. So that was in Texas. Then I thought that was my first job out of college. So then I thought I wanted to work in a marketing, just a general marketing department. So when a job came open at this regional grocery store company, so covers about 5 southern states, I became their demonstration coordinator. And so basically what that is I coordinated all the demonstrations, like in-store demonstrations, like handing out samples and stuff, for any company for 150 something stores. So in that, it was a lot of business to business. So I worked with manufacturers reps, independent reps, industrial distributors, etc., which we'll learn about those different types of cells that I just talked about. Worked with all of them to make kind of a marketing sales program for each store, depending on kind of what they were trying to do, how they were trying to boost sales, etc. Then I was a credit manager at AmeriCredit, now GM Financial. So that's finance, but it's also B2B sales. So both inside and outside sales. So my territory was West Texas and Southern Oklahoma. I did that from Arlington, Texas, but I also went out into my territory. So basically I evaluated loans, auto loans, but in addition to that, my job was to get on the phone, or if I was there, be in person in front of them and try to persuade them as in the finance person at the dealership, never work with the actual consumer, that we had the best loan and to use us. So a lot of relationship building and negotiation. And then lastly, for about 5 years, same company, I was in investor relations. So I really brought in finance and accounting, marketing, but it's also B2B sales. And it's B2B sales where you're selling something that you may not even think about selling, which is bonds of the company, the stock of the company, and you're selling to institutional investors. So people looking to invest millions of dollars. And so you have to have a really technical knowledge of the company along with the ability to sell. So that's a lot about me. And you can see, so you see Illinois over here. Prior to UCO, I was at Illinois State University for 6 years. This is my 5th year, I think, at UCO. I don't know. All my years are off. And I was there 6 years and had the exact same position and very similar role. So, in the discussion on D2L, you're going to go through this about yourself. So what else? So I also want to go through the syllabus. So looking at the syllabus, you can see my information, office hours. You have to check your UCO email. It's critical. I've already gone through my background. This class is asynchronous, meaning that we don't ever meet in person. The course is about sales management. You're going to learn in detail about all aspects of sales management. So the approach that I take is a very high level, and then we narrow down. So we'll start high level about the organization as a whole. Then we'll narrow down to the sales function, and then within that, the sales management function. So you can go through the student learning and course objectives. This is a senior level course, so there is a lot expected out of you, including a lot of critical thinking and development of critical analytical skills. And so you will have a lot of assignments and major task assignments, I guess, that are going to reflect that. If you have any type of disability, please just let me know so that I can accommodate that, and am happy to. So we do not have a textbook. There are readings and cases which I will provide. What you do have, and this will not happen until the last 2 weeks of the semester, so don't come back and complain because you never bought a textbook. You don't have that responsibility. We do a simulation. It's $40. It will come approximately week 13 is when you'll get your sign-up email. So going through that, let's get to assignments and assessments. You have 3 exams. I count 2 of them. The first 2 are not comprehensive. The third one is the final exam. So if you take exam 1 and 2 and you're happy with those grades, no need to take the final. At the end of the day, I take your 3 highest grades. So if you're sick for a full week, or your exams are open about 3 days. So if you're sick for, actually, let me back up. Your exams are open from Monday to Sunday. So if you'd have to be sick a full week. So there shouldn't be many excuses as to why you couldn't take one of the exams. But let's just say you bomb exam 1. Exam 2 is great. And you're like, exam 1's not reflective of me. You can take the final exam and replace exam 1. Taking the final exam, if you've taken the prior 2 exams, will never hurt you. At the end of the day, I take the top 2 grades. in completely online classes, exams are proctored and they are either administered through the College of Business Testing Center or ProctorU. So those are your two options. College of Business Testing Center does not cost you money. ProctorU, don't quote me, I think it's $20 or $25 a test. So going back to developing your critical thinking and analytical skills, you do have case analyses related to sales management. We will go through a practice case where I will make the rubric and expectations incredibly clear weeks before you ever have your first case that's worth 7.5% of your grade. At the end of the semester, the one thing that you are paying for, the simulation, will occur. I will have a video that discusses the simulation in depth. You will have a quiz over that video. This is the only thing that you'll work in a group in. And so we will finish all course content before we start the simulation, because the simulation is going to encompass everything you've learned this semester in making actual sales management decisions. So you're actually going to put your learning into practice. You'll be graded off of profit share or profit and market share for your team, which every team is a firm competing in the industry. So your group will compete against the other groups in the class within this industry. And depending how many students we have, sometimes there's 2 industries, but so it's competitive like it is in the real world. And your success is really going to be driven by what your decisions are as a team, as well as your competitors' decisions. So that's like real life. You don't live in a bubble in a business. You have competition. You have outside factors. So this really brings all of that together. In addition to that, you have 2 CRM activities. So customer relationship management is both a philosophy as well as a software. And so what we're going to learn about is basically utilizing CRM software to have relationship management within the firm. So we do that through 2 different activities where we use Salesforce.com's free training program, Trailhead. And I have specific activities that you need to do. And again, with everything in this course, I'm going to go through everything in detail in a video before it's ever assigned to you. There will also be class activities or assignments. These are akin to, like, if you were in a face-to-face class, the things that we do in class, whether that's a quiz, it's a reading assignment, it's some kind of other assignment. I will drop the lowest of those, and all activities are due by the end of the week on Sunday, except for the simulation. And so I try to keep things very consistent on due dates, but the simulation's a little different. So how everything breaks down is 20% for 2 exams, your case analyses, simulation, CRM activities, class activities, and there has to be a cutoff at some point. These are the cutoffs I use. So don't come to me and say, like, oh, I have this. These are the cutoffs I use. I'll grade within a week. And then the last piece of the syllabus is the course schedule. I'm going to go over this again in the orientation part of D2L. So let's flip to D2L now, but here's in the syllabus your course schedule, as well as all other things that you should also read through. There's some bird behind me. Okay, so here's your class. So starting off with the orientation, if you go into the course details, you need to go through all of this information. So in particular, something that I think is very important is the course schedule. So the course schedule is going to tell you the module, and the module/week are the same in this class. So it's going to tell you what the lesson or topic is, the activities, assignments, etc., exam, quiz, whatever it may be, whatever's going to be due and when it's due. So you can go through and see. Like I said, when that changes is with the simulation. And you have decisions every other day, only one, you have 2 days in a row. And then going through. So I would add all of these dates to like your phone or something like that, so that you don't miss any dates, because they can sneak up on you. So that's in course details and the orientation. So also in the orientation course details, you have all different, this shouldn't say template, your actual syllabus is in here. The other thing I wanted to go through is this understanding conditional releases. So you can read this, but conditional releases basically allow you to go through the course in the way that it's meant. So if you want to know when things are going to be available, so when the course starts, weeks 1 and 2, like everything, assignments, everything about weeks 1 and 2 will be, or modules 1 and 2. In this class, week and module are interchangeable or available. Then you can see once you finish weeks 1 and 2, weeks 3 through 5 will be available. For the exams, they're available that Monday through Sunday, except for the final. And then when we get to the simulation, the next quarter is not available until I've run the prior quarter. So for example, I'm opening the simulation on Friday, April 18th. It's due the following Monday by 11:59 p.m. So once I've run that, and oftentimes if it's midnight, 11:59 p.m., I don't run it until the next morning. So once I run quarter 1, then quarter 2 is available, and so forth. And then with the final exam, it's available Monday through Friday, because I have to turn in your grades the very beginning of the next week. So you can refer to this if you're wanting to know, like, when is something going to be available? Then also how things generally look within the course. So here you see the module, which module week interchangeable. So for module 1, you start off easy. So this is a course introduction. That's what this video is for. So what my objectives are for this intro is for you to be familiar with the syllabus, schedule, format, get to know classmates, instructors, be prepared for when we start content in week 2 or module 2. So you need to be, hopefully you're reviewing the syllabus along with this video. You're going to complete the discussion about class introduction and respond to classmates. And then you're going to complete quiz 1 on the syllabus. And so in the syllabus where it says class activities, each one of these two, the introduction discussion and the quiz, those are both class activities. So if you scroll further, you can have my thoughts. So kind of the purpose of what we're doing. And then if you go back to the lesson, actually, let's You have the lesson, you're going to have the syllabus, and then under applications where you're actually going to find your assignments. So introductions, get to know your class, go into this, you'll start a thread, give your introduction, respond to 2 classmates, and then once you're ready, you'll take the syllabus quiz. And that'll be module 1. And all the modules are set up very similarly. So I look forward to having you in class this semester. Please reach out if you have any questions, and let's have a great semester.